hello there, and welcome back to Wetlines. You join me, Ian Baker, down on the lake. We're on for another 48-hour session. Tell a lie, it's a smidge longer than that. I'm down here at Cottington's fisheries again. Much like you've seen in our last video, where Tony went to Christine, today's my turn. That's my first session on Christine Lake at Cottington. If you are familiar with the venue or not, I'll overlay a map, but I am in swim number 6. Saturday morning, so when I turned up, it's quite a small venue, not many anglers can actually be on it at once, so naturally quite a few of the swims are taken, so I had a few options. I had obviously this swim 5 and 6 combo here, but swim 5 seems a bit of a, not really much to go at really there, so we've gone for swim 6, but I had the options of swims 8 and 9, I think that's a double round there. But my understanding is that's the shallow end or the shallow part of this lake, so don't really want to be there. And the other option was swim 4, but there is someone fishing in swim 3. I don't want to encroach and get amongst his business, leave him to himself. So we've come to swim 6, which is in the corner of the lake. That's looking pretty interesting. We've got obviously the margin, we've got a bit of island to go at. We've got a little bay into my left. Not sure the depths yet, not sure what's going on yet. Just turned up. That's where we're at. Bivvy's up because it looks like it could rain, but I'm not sure. But anyway, we're here and we are on for a good session. Fingers crossed. It is late October, so hopefully the fish are in the mood to feed and build up some size for the winter period. But anyway, let's get these rods out and we'll see what happens in a bit. There's a couple of new changes on this session for myself, and going forwards for quite a while, hopefully. So I've been looking around because recently obviously I've been, trying this bait, that bait, and I want to just be able to stick to a bait that I know, and not just every weekend going in angling direct and let's try this, let's try that. Costs too much money. Keep buying these boilies, keep buying these wafters, pop-ups and everything, so I looked around and I tried to find a bait company that was kind of local-ish to me. I thought, alright, let's look into them, see if they're a bit of me, see how their quality is and all these kind of things. So I've landed on a new bait company to go with for the time being. It's called Eclipse Baits. They're in Essex, so they're only about an hour from me. So I want to, I'd rather support a fairly local bait company than, the big obvious ones that you probably all buy your baits from all the time, and so I. But let's mix it up. So on this session, it's going to be the first session using some of the baits. I put a nice big order in, so we've got plenty to go with. But essentially, there'll be 2 baits, flavours as such, being used on this session. But going forward, there'll be something a bit different. So at the minute, with Eclipse Baits, I have got this nice big old box of baits here to get involved in. We've got all kinds of stuff to get involved in. But one of the things that really got my attention with this company is they do something called Create Your Own. I can't remember all the specific details, but I'll put some of the key information up on the website, on the video here, because you can literally create your own boilies, create your own flavour, create whatever you want from I think it's 50 odd flavours or something, and 50,000 odd combinations of things you can do. So I've made my own, but I did make a bit of a cock up on that. So the bait that I've made is actually coconut as a flavour, because I thought that'll do well here. They like a nutty bait on this lake, well, on this venue. I don't know about this lake, but hopefully. Which is just the colour I want, a bit of beige, nothing too obvious, nothing too crazy. So that is the Create Your Own range that I've made. But the only way I did mess up is when I ordered it. I didn't select the box to actually get the wafters. So what I've actually just got is all the kilos of bait to put in as freebies, but that's fine. But I'm probably not going to use that on this session. I might wait till I actually get the wafters on that, because what we're going to try on this session, the primary one we're going to use, is one of their flagship baits called Virus, Exhibit A. This is what we're working with here colour wise. Oh, very strong indeed. Let me just get some productions going. Where is the phone? So just reading the description right now, which again I may or may not put on the screen, as to what kind of hook bait we're working with here. This is a red fishmeal boilie, which will work all season long. Now, from what I've read into these people, and I've watched some of their videos of how they make their baits, well, they seem to be a bit different in that year round they'll actually change the core ingredients.
A blend of 3 to 4 different fish oils, depends on the time of the year, I've got to be honest, because of the oil contents. There's no added fish oils. I don't believe in using fish oils, simply because I think in the colder weather they stop a bait from fishing correctly, which they stop it from. I know in the summer and the spring I adjust it, see,
with the warmer water.
Yeah, because then you know that 99.9% of the time the bait's going to fish. There's nothing going to stop it. It's not going to gel up. It's not going to close the door on it.
No,
it's not
exactly.
going to stop the leakage.
Yeah.
So they basically adapt their baits to the seasons, and obviously therefore you're always getting really fresh baits because they're using fresh ingredients there and then. They're not like getting tons of ingredient A, keeping using that throughout the year. So that's a bit of me. So that's going to be one of the main hook baits we're going to put on today. That's the Virus Wafter. That's the one we're mainly going with today. And then we've got the Virus pellets. I don't know if they're 6mm maybe. Yeah, probably that's 6mm. Some pellet action. And then obviously a big old bag of 15mm freebies. And on the other hook bait we're going to try, and this is primarily because of where I didn't get my create my own wafters. Thankfully I did order a different pot as well of one of their other premium flagship baits, which is their Supreme Cream, which again is much like they've got a bit of jus in them, but there you go, a nice little beige one. And from my understanding, again let's just have a quick snapshot here, this is essentially their nutty bait. So even though I've not got the one I was meant to create, because I didn't push the box, I've ordered these anyway, so we've lucked out here, because these are made up, as I'm reading to you live, of a blend of naturally derived nut ingredients including tiger nut, peanut, hazelnut, along with whatever else. So that might be the one in this lake, because again, if it's anything like Pepper, where they liked a nutty bait, this is going to be the one. So that's what we're going with on this session. I haven't even brought any of my other baits. I'm just trying to stop buying everyone's baits every time and just commit to, boom, we're going to try these baits. So the Virus and Supreme Cream are the hook baits for this session, both wafters. We shall see where we go. We got a couple of glugs of like their gravy type stuff. This is a very thick liquid, so we're going to put some of these freebies in a bucket, stick some of that in there, and get that out there and see what happens. So I'm quite excited at the prospect of a new bait, obviously. Starting in October is maybe not the fairest opportunity to give them, because it's not really peak feeding season. The baits seem quality, they smell good. Let's see if the fish like them. Rightio people, got both my rods out. As I said, one on the Supreme Cream and one on the Virus Wafter. It's just basically in that bay there. Smash that over there, and then spotted like I think just 3 little spots of the boilies and pellets with the gravy on. Got that over there. Been out there about half hour. Already had one liner on it, so that's exciting, promising. And also when I led it about over there, it felt a bit stony, so I'm hoping it's a gravelly or stony kind of area that's clearly presented. So that's where the first rod's gone. Second rod, wasn't really sure what to do with that one, so we had a little lead about. Now we use this duck here as to my advantage. We've got a duck. Behind the duck now, there's the branches hanging over, right in front of it. That's where my other rod is, and again, done 3 little spods, the same bait, over on that one. But that's got the Supreme Cream wafter on it, 15mm. And as expected, it stopped now, but as soon as I did that, bang, started raining loads, tipping down. You know, weathermen said it'd be nice weather again. Convinced they lie every time. Unbelievable. But yes, that is the situation. I don't really know how it's been fishing here at the minute. I'm not sure if it's been fishing well or not at all. I know Old Pepper next door, I know it's a different lake, but I'm sure they're all in some way connected. That's not been fishing well at all. I don't think a single fish has been out all week to my knowledge, because I knew someone around there fishing. Hopefully that's not going to be the same on this lake. Fingers crossed we can have ourselves some fish. But there we go, that's the unknown excitement of a new lake. So I see Tony was on here a few weeks back. He had a nice little bit of success with 3 fish. He ended up being down there and swim. Whoa, that was a big fish that just jumped out in open water. Right where I said, right in front of swim 3 and 4. I'm pretty sure the guy there has got a rod right near that, so he's probably buzzing now. That's the first sign of a fish I've seen. Oh! No. I retract all of the above statements. It was him with the world's heaviest spod. That made quite the splash, so we'll retract that. I haven't seen a fish. Fooled me. But yes, anyway, so that's where we're at. Like I said, we're here for 48 plus a little bit hours. Really, really hopeful we can get some carp. I'm looking forward to seeing what this new bait's all about, you know. It's quite a nice, soft, squidgy, easily digestible kind of boilie. And I like that, especially this time of year when the fish, if they are going to feed, you know, you don't want them to eat one boilie and it stay whole and it fills them up for a while. You want a nice digestible boilie that's going to break down, and they're going to want a bit more of it. And they were very, very soft and malleable and nice in that way. So fingers crossed. Like I said, we've already had one liner on the right hand rod. That's on the Virus over in that bay. So yeah, stay tuned. Hopefully we get ourselves some carp on the bank in a bit. Rightio people, here's the update for you. It is 20 to 5 in the evening. Still not had any fish. Don't think anyone's had anything on the whole lake. It's been a bit dead. I've had 3 occasions where I've had dropbacks or liners or something happening. And on the last occasion, my line, where it enters the water, is full on moved position. So I don't know whether I'm actually having fish over my area or where I've got the back leads, whether there's fish actually swimming right around underneath my rod tips. And if they are, then they've been there 3 times and they're winding me up. But anyway, no fish so far. But I thought I'd hit you with a little update, a little change, a little thing they're doing at Cottington's where they're changing the game. These new owners are probably going to some lengths to improve this facility. Let's get some more illuminations on this. So, if you've not been here for a while or you're unaware, obviously they've had a calf on site for I don't even know how long time, but it's only open certain hours, certain days, certain times, whatever, yada yada yada. Well, now it's open every day, 7 AM till whenever, 5 PM I think during this time of the year, and maybe it will change slightly in the summer. But where they're really mixing things up is, unbelievable. But now, if you give the calf a phone call, say, hey, I want such and such, such and such, they bring it to your swim. So I've just had it delivered, I've not even peeked at it yet. We got ourselves a burger and chips, brought to the swim. Now, if that ain't changing the game, I don't know what's not changing the game. Here are my chips. Whoa, steaming. Lovely. Let's get a little try on the chips. Turn it to a food review, why not? Piping hot. Scudded round here in the van, so as soon as it's done, you're getting it within a minute or two. They are very good chips. We'll let them simmer for a second because we're going to get into the real crown jewels here. Now they've been putting on their Facebook some rave reviews about these burgers, so I had to order one. It's a fully loaded cheeseburger. Looks like it's got a bit of a brioche bun. Everyone loves a brioche. Ooh. Oof. Get some scanning on that bad boy. Now that's what we're talking. I can't tell you how much it is because I have no idea. I'll be paying when I leave. But two smash burgers in there, some cheese, some salad. Let's have a try. Oh, she's juicy. Tell you what. The rave reviews are genuinely deserved. That is a lovely burger. That's a very good burger. 10 out of 10. But anyway, just thought I'd let you know that. So next time you come down to Cottington's, give the cafe a call. Boom, I want burger and chips, breakfast, whatever they do. There's a menu on their Facebook you can look at. And I'm sure if they've got people available, I don't know if they're here all the time, I'm sure it is, you can get it delivered to your swim in no time. Still piping hot. Magnificent food. So anyway, I'm going to crack on with this. Might put a bit more fresh bait out on my spots, and that'll probably be it till tomorrow sometime. So fingers crossed we can get on some carp. I say it's raining again. There's been quite a few fish jumping out. Not where I am, unfortunately, but we'll see what happens. So, stay tuned. Rightio people, we've got ourselves fish number one. It's about 1 in the morning and it's come off the left hand rod down in the margin. It is the one I expected it more to come on. That's on the Supreme Cream, and I did think that would do the bits here if any of them, because this is they like a bit of nut in this lake. But we've got ourselves a common. We haven't weighed it yet, but let's have a quick look. Oh, Lord. There we go. Easy. I tell you what, he's a beautiful, for what I can see, he's a beautiful common. I'm thinking maybe 15 to 17 pounds, somewhere in that region at a guess. We'll have a quick one on the old tripod, being it's right there. See what we're working with, but yeah. Whew, that's off the Supreme Cream from Eclipse Baits. Down that left margin. With just a handful of, well, that was actually with a handful of the Create Your Own. Whew, happy days. Let's give it a quick wait. See what it is all about. £16.5. Right, so that people, £16.5. 16.8. It's a good looking common. I'm very happy they're not blank. Very happy to get that fish. Happy days. Let's put it back, get the rod back out, and then tomorrow we're going to get Supreme Cream back on that other rod. Happy days. Cheers. Whew, rightio people, so before I get my rigs back out there, I'll show you what I was using, the rig, just so you can see it. So, just put a fresh boilie on, freshened it up, cleaned it up, tidied it up. That's what we're looking at. Doesn't look like you do, your rig. Size 4, a real clean little rig this one. Simple rig. No need to overcomplicate fishing. A nice little boom there. Beautiful, on a 3.5 ounce lead. And yes, as I said, that is on the Supreme Cream from Eclipse Baits. This is the one I was most confident in at this session because it's a very nutty bait and it's got some kind of, there's a bit of liquid on some of them, or it's a nutty, or it's some sweaty nuts, I'm not sure, but it's a real sweet nutty smell. It's beautiful. Beauties. To my knowledge, now I could be wrong, we'll find out tomorrow, but to my knowledge, no one else on the lake's had a fish yet. I think I heard that the chap, someone opposite me, lost one the previous night, but I think that's all that's happened. So, I caught fish. I'm very, very happy on first evening, on a new bait, on a new lake. That's a beautiful confidence morale booster right there. So we're going to get that rod out. Obviously I brought the other rod in because I thought there was something going on with that one. It's currently, hang on, the phone's in the pocket for once. That's efficient. It's currently, with notifications, not looked into any of this, 2:08 in the AM. Did start playing that fish early, 1 o'clockish I think, but took a couple minutes, got my rig ready. Recouped a bit. Now got the fun of casting both these rods out in the pitch black. But we've got the wraps. All we can do is try and avoid the trees. The only issue was when I was bringing that fish in, very snaggy in this corner. I could feel there's a lot of trees and branches and detritus in the water. So I could definitely feel the fish trying its best to use them to its advantage, and then putting the fish back. I don't know if the water level was a bit low or the swim's a bit high, but that was a bit awkward, but we got it done. At fish number 1. Happy days. Now, I'm going to get the rods back out. I'll probably see you in the morning. Ta-ra. Rightio people, big change afoot. As you know from watching the videos before, not something I tend to do often, but I've changed at swim. So I was in 6, the guy that was fishing in number 3 has left, and I can't resist getting over it. Now he didn't catch a fish, but the amount of fish I've seen and he's seen jumping all over this side of the lake is unbelievable. So I've had to give it a go. Now I'm not doubting that guy's potentials, that guy's credentials and skills. I might come out very well, probably blank as well, but the amount of fish that have been jumping out, I can't resist it. I can't not come over it. I've literally just got all the gear over it. Just gonna have a quick lead about, find where we're going and go from there, because it's getting obviously dark quite quickly nowadays. It's 20 past 4 at the minute, so I've probably got an hour and a bit-ish maybe of light. So I'm gonna get these rods out ASAP Rocky. Hopefully we get some more, so stay tuned. But yeah, this is swim number 3. That's what we're looking at. Rightio people, so it's just coming up to 6:45 in the morning, and yeah, not had a thing. All the fish that were jumping around that lured me into this swim, that's what they were doing. They were luring me in, because as soon as I got here, nothing's happened. I haven't seen a single fish, I haven't heard a fish. It's just died. I don't know what's gone on. But yeah, we're here till lunchtime today, 12 PM. So naturally, rods, probably till about 11, half 11. But we shall see what happens. Confidence is waning a little bit now because, you know, the left rod that I put out was kind of somewhat open water where I kept seeing the fish jump out when I was around here having a little peek yesterday. The other rod was up on a certain far margin, crevicey little go-to spot that was looking too inviting to ignore. We've had both of them rods on them situations now for about 12 hours. Not a single beep. Haven't had a single fish jump. So it's looking like it might end up being that that's game over on this session, but you never know. Still 3, 4, 5 hours left. There's always a chance. You've only got to get that one carp to slip up and make that one decision. But anyway, if you're new around here and you've enjoyed this vlog to this point and you want to see some more in the future, click that subscribe button. It's free to do and you'll be able to see all these videos, and then if you click the notification button, you'll be told every time we upload a video here on Wetlines, and then bang, watch it for free. Leave us a comment down below whether you liked it, didn't like it, if you know something about this venue, if you got little tips here and there, or you know, if you fished the whatever lake we're on and you've tell us what you've caught on that lake, what's your PB on that lake. Just get in the comments, people. It's always good to talk to you lot and share everyone's histories and opinions on different venues. So drop us a comment, and yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll say a few hours left. That might very well be at the end of the vlog. Let's be honest, if nothing happens between now and then, you're not going to want to watch that. So yeah, that is the end of the vlog. As I said, I hope you enjoyed it. And from me, Ian Baker, and Christine at Cottington Lakes, keep those lines wet, and I'll see you in the next one. So, for now.